Hi there, I'm IELTS Master Lee, and in this Writing Task 2 video lesson, we're going to look at analyzing model essays for Band 7 plus vocabulary. Let's get started. So first, what is Band 7 plus lexical resource or vocabulary? What does this mean? Well, lexical resource is one of the 4 categories that is scored on IELTS writing, and it refers to vocabulary in particular. So lexical resource means vocabulary. All right? To get a Band 7 plus lexical resource score, you need a wide range of vocabulary, to paraphrase effectively, to use collocations correctly, to choose correct words most of the time, to use some less common words, and to only have occasional or rare errors in spelling or word formation. All right? So let's look at some vocabulary usage in a model answer. And this model answer is mine. It's probably Band 8 or Band 9, but because it hasn't been scored by an examiner, I can't say for sure. However, it is very high level, so I can call it a model answer. All right, let's take a look at it and see what kind of vocabulary I'm using in this model answer. So first, before that, the question. The question is, many governments think that economic progress is their most important goal. Some people, however, think that other types of progress are equally important for a country. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. So that's the question for today. First, let's take a look at the introduction and body paragraph 1. I'll read. The government and citizens of a country sometimes have contrasting views about how their country's progress should be measured. While I agree that economic progress is essential, I believe that other forms of progress are just as important. There are 3 key reasons why economic growth is considered by governments around the world to be the fundamental metric for national progress. First, a healthy economy results in a more satisfied citizenry, as unemployment is lower than during periods of economic unrest. Second, economic progress generates more tax revenue for governments. This in turn allows governments to invest in social services, healthcare, education, military, or whatever else they see as necessary. Finally, a strong economy can help a country improve or maintain a country's international reputation, which allows for more influence and trading power on the global stage. All right, so I've highlighted some of the high-level vocabulary in red, not all of it, but some of it in red. And let's take a look. First, we have the phrase contrasting views or contrasting views. This is a different way to say different opinions. It's a nice way to say different opinions, contrasting views. It doesn't sound too fancy, doesn't sound too strange or too unnatural, but it's a little bit high level. Next, I use the expression forms of progress. In the question we have, some people, however, think that other types of progress are equally important for a country. But I don't want to use other types of progress because they used it. Instead, I'll use other forms of progress. And this is also a very natural, common expression, so it sounds good. It sounds like a nice paraphrase here. Now, you'll notice, and we'll go into more depth about this, but a lot of these words are topic-focused collocations in the body paragraphs. It's these topic-focused collocations. Collocations are words that go together often. So by topic-focused, I mean they're related directly to the topic. So here we're looking at economic progress, right? In this first body paragraph, what do we have? We have national progress, a healthy economy, economic unrest, generate tax revenue, international reputation, trading power, global stage. All of these words, all of these expressions, all of these collocations are very closely linked to the topic of economic progress. I can't use them for an essay about education, for example. They're very closely linked to economic progress and this topic, and that's why they seem like very high-level vocabulary. All right, let's take a look at some more examples of high-level vocabulary. So, Next, we have body paragraph 2 and the conclusion. Nevertheless, other forms of progress that exist independent from economic progress can be equally relevant in measuring a country's success. A country's adult literacy rate, for example, can be used to measure social equality as well as economic growth potential. This is because literate adults are able to partake in skilled labor and are also likely to pass on their literacy skills to the next generation. Another key measure of progress is how well the country is protecting its natural environment. Regardless of the wealth of a country, it will not have a satisfied and healthy population if the environment is in ruin. Alternatively, the overall happiness of its residents can be an extremely relevant measure of a country's success. In conclusion, while it is obvious that economic health is a key marker of a country's success, other educational, environmental, and psychological metrics are equally significant. Let's take a look at this body paragraph in conclusion. You'll notice the same as before, most of the less common words, the high-level words here, are topical. They're related to the topic that I'm talking about. In this body paragraph, the topic is other forms of progress. So my first other form of progress here is educational progress. I have adult literacy rate, social equality, and back to the original topic, economic growth potential. Literate, partake in skilled labor, and then pass on literacy skills to the next generation. Very focused on this topic. Next, we have the natural environment. That's the other form of progress or measure of progress that I talk about. Here, we have the environment is in ruin. An environment in ruin as being a topical word. And then finally, I talk about psychological forms, and we have the overall happiness of its residents is an extremely relevant measure of a country's success. So overall happiness, not very high level, but still related to the topic. In the end, we have key marker. Key marker. I used key form of progress before or something like that, but here I have key marker of a country's success. A different way of saying a similar thing. And then at the end, metrics. Metrics being a way to measure something. It's very likely that you know many of the words on here. So more important than using high-level words is using the correct words together. For example, social equality. These two words go together. I wouldn't say society equality or society being equal. Social equality is a great collocation. Another example is pass on to the next generation. What a nice expression. I know that this is an expression because I've practiced English for a very long time. Knowing these kinds of words, skilled labor, literate adults, economic growth potential, these combinations of words that often go together, this is what advanced English looks like. Knowing words like loquacious or presumptuous, these kinds of advanced, rare words are not that useful, but knowing collocations, knowing which words go together, pass on to the next generation, skilled labor, social equality, economic growth potential, adult literacy rate, simple words, adult, okay, rate, okay, literacy, maybe a little bit high level, but knowing that they come together, this is key. And this is why reading these kinds of sample answers and also IELTS articles is so important, where you can grab these words that go together and remember them and then try to use them in your own writing. So your action step for today is number 1, to look through the model essay. You can look on the previous slides where I read it or down in the description where I've included it. Find any words or expressions that you think are useful and then write them on another piece of paper. Make sure you include the entire expression for collocations, not just one word. Then choose 3 of these words or expressions and make your own sentences with them. Thanks so much for watching this video lesson. I hope it was useful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more IELTS content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at youtube.com/IELTSmaster, IELTS-master.com. What would you like to see next? I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comments. Have a fantastic day.